Welcome back, traders. We have a bit of a difference. We're looking at the Asian markets today. We've got a pretty nice setup on the 1 hour chart coming on the US dollar Japanese yen. There are no entries right now, but there are a couple things that we need to be looking out for. We predicted that there should be a trend change happening at about this level, and as we can see, it has changed. We now have a bullish market heading up. The weekend kind of confirmed that. You can see we have this massive weekend break here. Let's see how big that is. Yeah, that's quite a big break. Even if we check it on the 4 hour chart, we can see that we have seen a change, and it looks like the daily will be reflecting that reasonably soon. So we're hopping in a bit early compared to the daily traders, but the 1 hour and 4 hour, we can see that things are definitely picking up. Now, we've had an ascending trend line that we can see has formed across here. The market hit this 113 level, which is quite a big psychological thing. It's that whole cent level, except on the yen, you don't look at the 0.1s, you look at the full integers. So we had the 112 and the 113, and it looks like the market smashed through the 112 line and has rebounded off the 113. Now, there's a couple things that we are looking for here. Firstly, we could see that the ascending trend line will be hit again, meaning that I'm kind of hoping that the market will come down a bit, give us a point off this line, and then we could trade it long and follow with the bulls. The reason why I'd wait for that is that this 113 is very likely to be a point of resistance. So if we were to enter the trade here, you can see we're looking at movement of 428, but if it does come down to this line at about this time, then we're looking at over 620. So there's a lot more room to play with. This means higher profit for a smaller risk, and also more likely that the trade will be able to move that far. So yes, we could enter now, but the risk just seems too high for me. I'd rather wait. I find that patience, while you're not in as much, you do very often make more money purely because you're waiting for the right trade, for the bigger movements, and fewer restrictions in the way. So on this dollar yen, we're going to sit and wait for it to come down, hit that, and then bounce up. Alternatively, it might come all the way down to the 112, and then we may see it forming inside a range. But either way, if I get a crossover forming off this line or this line, or if I get the right candlestick information or a news event, I will be trading this bullish. I don't see any reason to consider a bearish trade. I think bearish trades would be too risky, since all the bearish movements have been smaller than the bullish movements, which is why we're saying we have a bullish market, coupled with the fact that it was recently an oversold on Stochastics and has now re-entered the normal trading area. And as we well know, this very often means that the market is going to be bouncing back up again. We see this sort of thing happen all the time, especially on the yen. Like here we had Stochastic and oversold, it re-entered the normal markets, and we saw this huge movement coming up here. And here's another example. It was oversold, entered again, we got a nice big movement coming up. Here it was overbought, it re-entered, and we saw the movement coming down. It doesn't happen every time. Like here is one where, well, it kind of did happen there, but here's a overbought that didn't work out that well. The next one did actually work out very nicely. So it's not strong enough to trade on its own, but the fact that it was oversold and is now re-entered normal is giving me another reason to consider trading off this US dollar Japanese yen. So have a look out for that on your own charts. Go ahead and draw in these lines. Make sure you've got the 112 and the 113 marked off, and see if you can find the same ascending trend line. Put that in, and then we're going to sit and watch. I'm hoping this will happen sometime this evening, so I'll come back in a couple hours and check out what's happening there. And yeah, let's try and find that other 500 pip trade, shall we?